5, text 32. It's a very nice, famous verse. 11:5:32. Yes, Mataji. Can it be zoomed in? So, yeah, this is 11:5:32. This is perfect. We can just zoom it in so everyone can see. Perfect.
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect. Is everyone able to see the verse?
Yes.
Yes? Everyone, even devotees at the back, at the side, you're all able to see the verse?
Yes.
No answers?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, I have been asked to speak on Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, this series. I remember last time we came, it was also Gaur Katha in Phoenix, and this time also it is Gaur Katha. But we have a theme this time. I'm going to reveal that one after another. The title for today's talk is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Srimad Bhagavatam. The title of today's talk is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we'll study this verse today. It's a very nice verse. Just for record, it's Canto 11, Chapter 5, Text 32. Let's call in response to this verse. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Prayai Yajanti Sumedhasaha Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Prayai Yajanti Sumedhasaha Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Prayai Yajanti Sumedhasaha. Let's have some recitations. Devotees, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis. You can-
Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Prayai Yajanti Sumedasa
Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Sumedasha.
Vaishnavis.
Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Sumedasha. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Sumedasa.
Any kids? Anyone?
Krishna Varnam
Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam
Sangopangastra Parshadam
Sangopangastra Parshadam
Yajnai Sankirtana Praye
Yajnai Sankirtana Praye
Yajanti Sumedasa.
Yajanti Sumedasa. Yes. Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam
Yajnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Sumedasa.
Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam
सांगोपांगास्त्र पार्षदम्
यज्ञै संकीर्तनप्राये
यज्ञै संकीर्तनप्राये
यजन्ति हि सुमेधसः
यजन्ति हि सुमेधसः.
One last time, all of us together.
कृष्णवर्णं त्रिषा कृष्णं सांगोपांगास्त्र पार्षदम् यज्ञै संकीर्तनप्राये यजन्ति हि सुमेधसः.
So this verse is going to be homework for tonight, before we meet tomorrow morning. Okay? No. The children are here say, Yeah. We like teachers who don't give homework. We don't like teachers who give homework, and we really don't like teachers who start their class with the homework for the class. Okay. This is not a homework for tomorrow. This is due before I leave. That's Monday. Yes, the last class on Monday night, we will chant this verse again. Is that okay? So those who know this verse, you can recap. Those who don't, please memorize. Only 4 lines. Very simple. So in today's discussion, we will go word by word, even syllable by syllable in many places, on this very beautiful, wonderful verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Please everyone chant. Krishna Tulya Bhagavat Vibhu Sarvashray Prati Shloke Prati Akshare Nana Arthe Kar. Shri Shashinandan Gaura Hari Mahaprabhu, when he was speaking to Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami, he based his talks on Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Pranta, Saba Shikhaila Prabhu Bhagavata Siddhanta. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught the power of the holy name. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught who is Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught what is Vrindavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught what is Shantarati, Dasyarati, Sakhyarati, Vatsalyarati and Madhurirati. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught what is devotion. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught who are devotees. He taught what is love for Krishna. And he also taught how to express that with wonderful relationship with Krishna. He taught everything. Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Pranta, Saba Shikhaila Prabhu, Bhagavata Siddhanta. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught everything on the basis of Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam. This Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna Tulya Bhagavat. Srimad Bhagavatam is equal to Krishna. And Vibhu is unlimited. And Sarva Ashray. Everyone must take shelter of Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam. We always hear, read Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Then we hear, study Srimad Bhagavatam. But today we are hearing, take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarva Ashray. Krishna Tulya Bhagavat. If Krishna is threefold bending, Srimad Bhagavatam is also threefold bending. Why? Because the threefold miseries are sent out by studying Srimad Bhagavatam. What are the threefolds in our life? Suffering caused by the mind, suffering caused by others, suffering caused by natural calamities. What are some other threefolds in our life? The desire to be in this world, or activities which send us to hell, or desire to go to heaven. That's also threefold. So many threefolds are there. The modes of sattva, rajas and tamas, that's another threefold. And Srimad Bhagavatam, being threefold bending, it bends all these threefolds. Like Krishna. Also Srimad Bhagavatam is like Krishna in one more sense. Krishna is compared to sun. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hai Andhakar. Jaha Krishna Taha Nahi Mayar Adhikar. Krishna is compared to the sun. Srimad Bhagavatam is also compared to the sun. Why? Who can explain how Srimad Bhagavatam is like the sun? How is he like the sun? Not our child sun, but sun in the sky. How is Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam like the sun?
It has 12 candles and sun also grows in with the 12 months.
This is correct. Srimad Bhagavatam has 12 cantos, and the sun also has entrance into 12 zodiac signs. You see, each month there's a zodiac sign. When it enters Makar Rashi, it's called Makar Sankranti. That's the only Sankranti we know. But the sun has 12 Sankranti. Sankranti means when the sun enters a zodiac sign. So for every astrological zodiac sign entrance, there is a Sankranti. So when the sun enters Makar Rashi, it's called Makar Sankranti. So similarly, the sun enters 12 zodiac signs in 12 months. So similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam also goes through 12 cantos like the sun. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is like the sun. But however, the sun can remove the darkness of the outside world. Can the sun remove the darkness of your heart?
No.
When we have lust and pride and anger and jealousy in the heart, can the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun do anything to this? No. But you memorize one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and you keep repeating that verse. Every time you repeat a verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, the darkness in the sky of our consciousness is removed and dispelled by the light of Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. So therefore, prati shloke, not every canto, not every canto, not prati skande, not every chapter, not prati adhyaya, prati shloke, which means every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, prati shloke. Then Mahaprabhu says, no, not every shlok. Not every shlok. Prati akshare. Every syllable. Prati shloke, prati akshare, nana arthe koe. Every syllable of every verse drips multifarious meanings. So many meanings. Each verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is like a wonderful crystal. You can see from different angles of vision and get different meanings. Today we will see. Par apar bhakti, par apar gabhir shunya bhakti rasa sindhu, tumai chakaite tar kahi ek bindu. Our Shachinandan Gaur Hari, when he met Rupa Goswami Pad said, "Oh Mahaprabhu, I want to learn about bhakti." Mahaprabhu said, "Bhakti is like an ocean. How can I teach you?" Rupa Goswami said, "At least teach me something." Then our Mahaprabhu said, actually, whether it's Atlantic or Pacific, you have a start shore, you have an ending shore, and you have an ocean bed. You have a starting point, you have an ending point, and you have the base of the ocean. But bhakti is such, par, apar, gabhira, shunya. Bhakti doesn't have a starting point, doesn't have an ending point, and doesn't have a base. Like for example, you can't say on the calendar, on this day, I became a devotee. Can you say that? You can say on this day I first went to the temple. But when your heart changed, you can say, oh, this day I started 16 rounds. But when those sentiments came in your heart that I want to chant, oh, we don't have any tariq, any dinank, any date. Right? So par, there's no starting. Then as one performs bhakti, the more one dives deeper and deeper into the ocean of bhakti, the more one thinks, Manushya janma paiya, Radha Krishna na bhajiya, janiya shunya, bisha khainu, hari hari, bifale janama gavainu. When we swim on the surface of the ocean, all that we will get is plastic bags. Yes? You will get plastic bags and some fishes. But only when you dive deep into the ocean can you see the oyster, and inside the oyster you will see a pearl. The more you swim down into the ocean, you can appreciate the aquatic life underwater. This is why people do, what diving is that? Scuba diving. Yes, scuba diving. I know some diving, but I don't know the name. I was going to say water diving. So they go down and they're observing the underwater life. And they continue to do this for a long time. And the deeper they go, the more astonished they are. This is bhakti. You can see disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they are chanting the same mantra for 50 years. Mantra doesn't change. Have you all seen His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj dance? Has anyone seen His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj dance? If you haven't seen, please, whenever you have a chance, please go and see. Whenever Maharaj is there, you see him dance. He's over 70 years old. And he dances like a child. One time Maharaj was dancing and I was playing mridanga. And Maharaj was dancing so ecstatically that I fell with the mridanga. There were so many people dancing and I was trying to play mridanga, and then Maharaj was spinning. And mercifully, I fell with the mridanga. And I was still rolling in ecstasy. People say, what happened? I said, I don't know. I just got up with the mridanga. Maharaj was dancing so wonderfully. One boy in Pune, he became a 16-rounder overnight like this. And he was asked, what made you a devotee? And he said, he saw His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj dance. And he said, if a sadhu like this can chant this mantra for 50 years and still dance in ecstasy, this process works. He said, I have seen people work in the same corporate situation 20, 30 years and they are waiting to get retired. And here is a sadhu chanting more than 50 years the same mantra and dancing like this. He said, I want to be like this. This is why I want to chant. So the point I was making is the ocean of bhakti, the bed is so deep. The more you go, the more you get lost. And the more you think, I am nowhere in this ocean, which means humility, tainyata. But those who are busy collecting some fishes and some plastic bags on the surface, they think, look, so many plastic bags I've collected on the path of bhakti. I'm so great. Which means, when we are not a good devotee, we think we are the best. And then when we are the best, we think I haven't even begun bhakti. Na prema gandhosti. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I don't even have the scent of bhakti. What to speak of bhakti? So our Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, bhakti is such that it doesn't have a starting point, doesn't have a base, and doesn't have an ending point. When is that point where bhakti matures? If you ask Mother Yashoda, she will say, I have no love for Krishna. Why? She will say, if I had love for Krishna, why would he leave me and go to Mathura? You ask the Mathura devotees, they will say, we have no love for Krishna. Because if we had love for Krishna, why would he leave us and go to Dwarka? You ask the Dwarka devotees, they will say, we have no love for Krishna. Because if we had love for Krishna, why would he leave us and go to Kurukshetra? And you ask the devotees in Kurukshetra who meet there, the Brajvasis and the Dwarkavasis, they say, we don't know where Krishna is going to go. I think we have no love. So there's no starting point, there's no ending point, and there's no base. This ocean of devotion is ecstatically bursting like a flood in all directions. Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, what can I tell you? But because you're asking, Tumai chakaite tar kahi ek bindu. Because you're asking, I will dip your finger into this ocean and just give you one taste, one drop. So for 10 days, Mahaprabhu gave katha to Rupa Goswami. It's called Rup Shiksha. At Dashashvamedha Ghat. This is included in the 19th chapter of Madhya Leela Chaitanya Charitamrita. And at the end of it, Mahaprabhu said, I could only give you one drop. Only one drop. And from that one drop, Rupa Goswami wrote Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. Which means ocean. Mahaprabhu said, Bhakti is ocean, but I can give you only one drop. And from that one drop, which was like an ocean, Rupa Goswami wrote the oceanic expression of devotion, nectar of devotion, and so many books. But Kaviraj Goswami Pad says, they were all fructifying from the seed called Srimad Bhagavatam. Sava Shikhaila Prabhu Bhagavata Siddhanta. When Bhagavatam is studied properly, then all Siddhanta is there. All philosophical conclusions are there. So therefore, we will see this very beautiful verse today. But I need one gift from all of you. The gift of attentive hearing. Why? Nazar hati, durghatna ghati. I saw this on the Jamuna Expressway, going from Delhi to Vrindavan. They'll have interesting captions, you know. Cat has 9 lives, you have 1. Don't text and drive, don't drink and drive, and you know, so many statements like that. This means that if we are not attentive, there could be an accident. And I took that to heart in the sense that if we are not attentive on the path of bhakti, then we lose the opportunity to absorb ourselves for that moment, which will never come again. That's an accident. This moment, this breath, we can fill it with love for Krishna. And if you're not attentive, the accident that occurs is we have lost that time and that breath, and our mind was taken away from Krishna. So let us not do that, and let us help each other. Do I have your support? Yes. Thank you so much. So let's start with this verse. First, we'll do a contextual analysis. We want to know who spoke this verse, to whom, and why. Right? And then we will see a general translation. And then we will see the advanced translation. And then we will see the Gaudiya translation. Okay? Chalo, let's start. So, who spoke this verse and to whom is the question. Because context is very important. If you don't know the context, we can't appreciate anything. Like, for example, if I say one sentence, Ram, where have you been? What do you think that question is? What do you think the sentence is? Let's say you're reading it in a book. Ram, where have you been? What do you think the sentence is?
Somebody is asking Ram.
Somebody is asking Ram a question. Okay, that's one interpretation. What else? Any other interpretation? Yes.
Maybe they're not addressing him directly, they're just saying like Ram is missing and they're just saying it to like God maybe.
Not asking Ram, but asking God, where have you been? You see? With that same one line, depending on the context, so many meanings come. Like, for example, you can either say, Ram, where have you been? Which means you've been searching for Ram, and you finally found him, and then you're saying, where have you been? Or you are giving an exclamation to someone you're meeting after 25 years. Ram, where have you been? So nice to see you. Where have you been these years? Right? Or Ram tells you he's going to the temple. And then you get a message that he went to meet his girlfriend. So then you see him. And then you say, Ram, where have you been? One line, right? But if you don't know the context, the meaning is not clear. So every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, before we study, the first question we should ask ourselves, under what context, under what circumstance was this verse spoken? So the best way to study Srimad Bhagavatam when you study one verse is to study 5 verses before and 5 verses later. Then you see the context of that. So now we don't have time for doing that 5 before and 5 after, so I'll just cut to the chase. There are 2 great personalities. One is Maharaj Nimi. What is his name? Maharaj Nimi. Such a great Vaishnava. Very great Vaishnava. His only desire was he wanted to serve the whole world. He wanted to serve everyone. So he asked the Supreme Lord, give me the chance by which I can serve everyone. Krishna appeared to him and said, I will give you the service of the blinking of the eyelid for every Jiva. You take this service, may your potency lie in the eyelids, the involuntary eye movements, the eyelid movement, the opening and closing of the eyelids. You be in charge of that service. And therefore, those who have eyelids, they are called Nimesh. And because Jagannath doesn't have eyelids, he's called Animesh, one without eyelids. Which means Nimi Maharaj doesn't control his eyelids because he doesn't have eyelids. Understand? This is how the names are deciphered and derived in Sanskrit. So this is Maharaj Nimi. He's asking this question. Who is he asking the question to? And who's giving this as the answer? The sadhu who's answering the question of Maharaj Nimi, his name is Karabhajana Rishi. What is his name? Little louder, please. Karabhajana Rishi. In Sanskrit, what does the word Kara mean? Palm. Hand would be Hasta, but palm would mean Kara. Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakhamadbhuta Shringam. Palm. And what does Bhajana mean? Vibhajan means to bifurcate. Bhajan means to complicate. To get it together. Yes. His t-shirt says Gap. Gap. Vibhajan. When Srila Jayapataka Maharaj came to Atlanta and he saw this store called Gap, he said, such a Krishna conscious store. Servants didn't understand. Maharaj said, Govindam Adi Purusha. This is the vision of a pure Vaishnava. Thavara Jangama dekhe na dekhe tara murti, sarvatra hoy nija ishtadeva spurti. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachabe na pranashyati. Sarva bhuteshu yah pashyet bhagavan bhavam atmanaha bhutani bhagavatyatmani esha bhagavatottama. All these verses say pure Vaishnavas, they see Krishna in all directions. So thank you for being here with that t-shirt. It's invoking so much Harikatha. So Prabhuji explained, Prabhuji with the gap t-shirt. What's your name, Prabhu?
Mohit.
Mohit. So Mohit Prabhu explained that bhajan means to bring together, to accept. So Kara bhajan means to bring the palms together and accept whatever is given. So this Kara bhajana Rishi, he was so detached. He never had any plate or cups or spoons or nothing. Whatever prasad he had to accept, he would just bring his palms together. Kara bhajan. So how do we know we are overeating? Or when there's overflooding? When the prasadam falls off, that is atyahar, overeating. And then after done, he would wash his palms and then cup it together and drink water with that. No need of plate, spoon, cup, nothing. Palms. So this was his plate, and what was his refrigerator? He would store all his food here. This was the great Karabhajana. In many Odia Parampara, you can see the title even now, Karapatra. Have you seen that title? You heard that?
Karpatri Maharaj, very famous.
Karapatri Maharaj, very famous, Karapatriji. So Patra also means vessel. So he who uses his palm as a vessel, Karabhajana or Karapatra. Right? So the person asking a question is Maharaj Nimi. The person answering the question is Karabhajana Rishi. Is this clear till now? Yes? Did I put you to sleep already? No? You know, sometimes some Matajis come and tell me, Prabhuji, aapse kuch kehna hai. I said, yes, Mataji. She'll say, I have a son. वो आपके क्लास के बिना सोता ही नहीं. He doesn't go to sleep without listening to your classes. Sometimes Matajis come and tell me, we have children, they can't sleep without your classes. Every night, they'll lay down in bed, put your class and go to sleep. I said, Mataji, that's not just for the kids. There are many adults also looking at it. So please wake up. Preachers are generally supposed to wake the person spiritually. But when you have someone as boring as me, you can't wake somebody spiritually, but at least you try to keep waking them materially, time and again, after every 10 minutes. Chief Chako, Chief Chako. So who's asking the question? Maharaj Nimi. Who's answering the question? Karapajana or Karapatraji. Very nice. Muni. Now the $1 million question is, what is the question? What was asked and what was answered? So the question was, how many yugas exist? The answer to that is Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. Who gave that answer? Karabhajana Muni. That's how we know it. Then the next question asked was, what are the incarnations of the Lord in these 4 yugas? How do they look? What do they do in this world? And how should we worship them? Good questions? This is a question for all jivas in Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. What are the 4 yugas? Who are the incarnations in those 4 yugas? How do they look? And how are we to serve them? Right? Karabhajana Rishi has answered Satya, Treta, Dwapar. And in the context of Kali Yuga, as to who is the incarnation, how he looks, and how we should serve him, he chants this verse. So the context of this verse is the answer to who is the incarnation of God in this age of Kali Yuga. Understand? Okay. What is your answer? Who do you think it is? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, but all of you are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Why do you say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Because of Sankirtan. Huh? Golden form. Huh? Acharyas have said. But your Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas said. Our Acharyas have not said. I'm just trying to play. I'm also Gaudiya Vaishnava. Please don't take offense. Please don't take offense. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate.
It's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam.
It's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, but there's no mention Chaitanya or Gauranga or Mahaprabhu. It says Krishna. It says Akrishna. What does Akrishna mean? Not Krishna. So your incarnation is not Krishna.
It's mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
What is that?
It's mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
But Chaitanya Charitamrita is about Chaitanya Charita. Right? The whole book is about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So naturally it will say about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I forgot his name. Abhaya Charan. Jai. Yes.
I think they're talking about the complexion. Like,
You're talking about the complexion. What about it?
So, like, they say, like, it's not black, it's golden. Like,
Not black is not golden. It could be yellow as well. It could be pink as well. It could be green as well. I'm just trying to be the devil's advocate. Please don't take offense. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Jai. I wouldn't come to do Gaur Katha if that's my position. But we're just trying to take the other side for more rasa, like Bhishma Dev did. He fought the Pandavas from the side of the Kauravas for more rasa. So, in today's discussion, let's start from the opposite side. We will not start from the side that this is Mahaprabhu. Is that okay? We'll start from another side, complete opposite side, saying that this is not Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And then I will present different commentaries, and then you pick whatever you like. Is that okay? I will first start with general translation, and then commentaries of acharyas who are not Gaudiya, who are not followers of Mahaprabhu. I will present their commentaries, you hear them out, then I will present what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, the Gaudiya Vaishnava associates of Mahaprabhu have written. Then you pick whatever you like. Is that okay? Yathecha Sita Thakuru. Let's see the general translation. So, Krishna, everyone, Krishna, Varnam. Krishna Varnam means this incarnation in Kali Yuga will have a dark complexion. Because Krishna means, has multiple meanings actually. Krishna means Sarvam Akarshati, he who attracts everyone. Krishna also means Krishivalaha, a farmer. He's called Krishivalaha because he plows the field. So to plow or to pull something close is also called Krishna. But as far as colors are concerned, Krishna means black color. And what does Varnam mean? Varnam means complexion. Complexion. So Krishna Varnam means the incarnation in Kali Yuga will have a black complexion, dark complexion. Right? That's the one, the first thing. Tvisha Krishnam, everyone. Tvisha Krishnam. Now this word can break in two ways. Like for example, let's say you have a word like Krishna Arjuna. How do you break it? Krishna plus Arjuna. But if I say a word like Radhika Anuradha or Radha Anuradha. Radha Anuradha. How do you break it? Radha plus Anuradha. Thank you. So you got the point. So you can break it in two ways. Let's say the word is Tvisha Krishnam. You can break the sandhi in two ways. One, Tvisha plus Krishnam brings it together as Tvisha Krishnam. Or Tvisha plus Akrishnam. And it still becomes Tvisha Krishnam together. Is this clear? So Krishna means dark. And Akrishna means not dark. What does Tvisha mean? Tvisha comes from the root word tvak, which means tvacha, which means skin. So the first line translates, the incarnation in Kali Yuga will have a dark complexion, but his skin, the texture of his skin or the effulgence of his skin may be dark or may not be dark. May be dark in the sense Tvisha Krishnam, or may not be dark, Tvisha plus Krishnam. Chalo, we did only the first line general translation. Who can translate it for me? Till now, whatever we have studied. Chalo. Those who raise their hand and give the right answer will get a gulab jamun. We will give Abhay also, but I want to see the older ones. He is Abhaya, the older ones are Bhayabhita. He's fearless. But we want to give chance to those who are fearing. But there's still the Abhay family. I want to see someone.
here.
What he has explained.
He wants to.
Whatever we have explained till now, the first line. What does Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishna mean? General translation till now. It means the incarnation in Kali Yuga will be dark complexioned, but the effulgence of his skin may be black or dark or may not be dark. Understand? Okay. Next line. Sango Pangastra Parshadam. First word is Sa Anga. Anga means body. So the translation is, the incarnation in Kali Yuga will be dark complexioned, and the effulgence of his skin may be dark, may not be dark, and Sa Anga, he will appear with his body. Everyone comes with a body, right? That should be the actual response at this point. Everyone should be smiling, because what kind of translation is that, right? But we're getting there. We're going surfacial, then we're going deeper. So Sa Anga, which means he will appear with a body. Question?
I thought Anga meant limbs.
We're coming to it. Because Anga in Sanskrit has Prati Shloke Prati Akshare Nana Arthe Kosh. There are different meanings. So Anga means body, like Gaura Anga. That means golden body. Of course, that also means golden limbs, because the whole body is golden. So Sa Anga, which means he will come with a body, plus Upanga. Sanga plus Upanga becomes Sangopanga. What does Upanga mean? Upa means closer, and Anga means body. So those close to the body means fingers and toes. So till now the general translation is, the incarnation in Kali Yuga will be dark complexioned. The effulgence of his skin will be may or may not be dark. He will come with a body, with fingers and toes. Sa Anga plus Upanga plus Astra. He will have weapons. Astra means weapons. And Parshadam, he will come with his associates. What does the word Parshad mean? Followers. In Sanskrit you can see Parshada or Parikara, Parishada. Pari means around, and Shat means to sit. Like Upa, Ni Shat. Shat means to sit. So Parishad or Parshad means those whom you sit around with. They are called Parshadas, which means associates or friends. What's the general translation for the first two lines? I'm going to keep asking this question again and again. The incarnation in Kali Yuga will have a reddish complexion, dark complexion, and his skin effulgence will have LED lights. May or may not be dark. He will come with a body, with toes and fingers, and weapons, and followers. Okay? Okay, now this is as far as how he's going to look. What are we supposed to do to him is described in the next two lines. Yajnaihi. Yajna means fire sacrifice. And when you use it in the plural usage, it becomes yajnaihi. Yajnena yajnabhyam yajnaihi, which means by multiple plural performances of yajna. What yajna? Sankirtan yajna. Sankirtana, which means the calling out to the holy names of the Lord. And prayaihi. Prayir means there are other ways to worship him, but this is the prominent one. Understand? There are many ways to worship him, but this is the prominent one. And anyone who worships him, mainly by the chanting of the holy name, yajanti in the Bahuvachan Prayog, those who worship, he indeed sumedhasaha, they are indeed super intelligent. So who can give me the general translation to what we have translated till now? Yes, Mr. Abhay Charana Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada's very wonderful follower, Abhay Prabhu.
The one with black, the expansion with black complexion, whose effulgence may or may not be
Dark. He will appear with
He will appear with weapons
weapons,
and
associates. Not to forget the body with fingers and toes.
He will have a body. He will appear with a body and with fingers and toes.
Yes. And how do you worship him?
And you will worship him by chanting the holy name
Yes.
multiple times.
Multiple times.
There are other ways of worshiping him, but
This is the most prominent. And anyone who does this, they are
bound to be intelligent.
they are bound to be intelligent. Beautiful. Everyone, please. Give me a high five. Ah, thank you. So this is the general translation. Are you satisfied? Yes? How many of us are satisfied? You're satisfied? So we can pause the class now. The answer is yes, we are satisfied but not satiated. Right? We want to know what the acharyas have said. So this is the general translation. Now we will start with the commentaries of the acharyas. Ready? What great souls have written about this verse. So I am going to start with acharyas who are not Gaudiya. Because if you start with followers of Mahaprabhu, they will say this is Mahaprabhu. So I want to start with those who are not followers of Mahaprabhu. And then we will get it to the Gaudiya followers. Okay? Okay. Let's start with the first commentator on Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavatam, the most prominent and considered to be the first commentator on Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavatam. His name is Sridhar Swami. What is his name?
Sridhar Swami.
Sridhar Swami. He wrote his commentary many years before Mahaprabhu's advent. So he's predicting what's going to happen. Few hundred years before Mahaprabhu appeared, Sridhar Swami came. And Sridhar Swami writes, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishna. He translates this first line as, the incarnation in Kali Yuga is going to have a dark black complexion. Krishna Varnam. And he says Tvisha. But as far as his the skin texture is concerned, Krishna. That means it will not be dark. So what he's saying is, he gives an example. Now please everyone attentively hear. Sridhar Swami writes, the incarnation in Kali Yuga is going to have a dark complexion, but the skin texture is not going to be dark, which means it's going to be bright. And the example he gives is a self-effulgent blue sapphire touchstone. It's called Indra Neelamani. What is it called? Indra Neelamani Manjula Varna Sundaro Jayati Kunja Bihari. Rupa Goswami Pad says Krishna's complexion is like an Indra Neelamani, blue sapphire touchstone. So Sridhar Swami writes, the incarnation in Kali Yuga is going to be like a blue sapphire. It's dark blue, but it's not dark, it's effulgent. Understand? So if you see a blue crystal, it's blue, it's dark blue. But at the same time, it's not dull. It's bright, it's radiant, it's effulgent. So he says, Krishna Varna means the incarnation will be dark. But Tvisha Akrishnam. But the skin texture is going to be bright, effulgent, radiating, like a Indra Neelamani, like a blue sapphire touchstone. Very nice. Then he says, Sango Pangastra Parshadam. So it's Sridhar Swami predicting. He says, Sa Anga. The word Anga also means heart. So he says, this incarnation will come to fulfill something to do with his heart. But what that is, I don't know. Sridhar Swami writes. This incarnation will come with his heart. What does that mean? That means two things. This incarnation will come to do something that's happening in his heart, to fulfill the desire of his heart. Or the heart represents compassion. This incarnation will Sa Anga. He will come with a lot of compassion. All incarnations of the Lord are merciful. But by saying Sa Anga, this means he will be the most merciful. He will be very kind. Is everybody understanding? No?
Yes.
Is everybody able to catch this?
Yes.
Okay. After that, Upanga. He says Upanga means those things which are connected to the body, which means ornaments. We interpreted that as fingers and toes. But he says Upanga also means those which are connected to the body, which means ornaments. And he gives the example, this incarnation will come with a Kaustuba mani. because it's Vishnu. Vishnu has a Kaustubha mani on his chest. And then he says, Astra. Astra means weapons. This incarnation will come with a Sudarshan chakra. And Parshadam. Parshadam means he will come with his associates like Jaya and Vijay. He will come with his incarnations, with his associates like Jaya and Vijay and Nanda, Sunanda, so many from Vaikuntha. So what has Srila Sridhar Swami deciphered till now in the two lines? One after another. What does he say for Krishna Varnam, Tvisha Krishna? Everyone please participate. I'm not going to charge you for participation. He will have a dark complexion, but the skin effulgence will be bright. And what's the example? A blue sapphire Indranilamani, a blue sapphire touchstone, which is dark blue, but it's also bright and radiant. It is not dark, that's correct. So he takes the interpretation as Tvisha plus Krishna. Very nice. And Sanga, Sa-anga, what does he say? He comes with his heart. What does that mean? He either comes to fulfill his desire or he comes with a lot of mercy, because the heart represents Karuna, mercy. Okay. Upa-anga, that which is connected to the body. So he's going to come with Kaustubha mani, ornaments like Kaustubha mani, the jewel that Vishnu wears on his chest. Astra, which means weapons. What kind of weapons is he going to carry? Sudarshan chakra. And Parshadam, he's going to come with his associates like Jaya, Vijaya, Nanda, Sunanda, ityadi, all from Vaikuntha. And then Srila Sridhar Swami says, Yajnaihi Sankirtana Prayaihi. This incarnation can be worshipped in many ways, but mainly by his glorification. Because Sankirtan means Samyak Kirtan, very nice Kirtan. Or it means Sangha Kirtan, to come together and do Kirtan. And Kirtan can mean Kirti, either through names or Hari Katha. So there are many ways to worship this incarnation, but by coming together and having Harinam Sankirtan and Leela Kirtan, Yajantihi, those who worship him in Kali Yuga like this, Sumedhasaha. They indeed, he, Kaluvetad, which means certainly they are the Sumedhasaha. They are the most intelligent. Understand? Did everyone get this? But are you able to see any picture? These are predictions made. Just predictions made by Srila Sridhar Swami at this point. He's just making predictions, a few predictions before Mahaprabhu's advent. Second Acharya. Please let's welcome from the Sri Sampradaya, Veera Raghavacharya. Veera Raghavacharya ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada profusely quotes Veera Raghavacharya in the purports. So Veera Raghavacharya at this point, he says, I completely agree to Sridhar Swami. That's all. He says, I am not so sure about the incarnation, but whatever Sridhar Swami has written is perfect. I am following in his footsteps. Let's welcome the third Acharya. His name is Vamshidhar Goswami. Vamshidhar Goswami ki Jai. Vamshidhar Goswami's commentary is on the commentary of Sridhar Swami. So his style of Bhagavatam commentary is such that he doesn't comment on the words. He comments on Sridhar Swami's Bhavartha Deepika. So he has commented on Sridhar Swami's commentary. Now look what he says. He says, Sridhar Swami has said the incarnation will be dark complexioned. And he will be effulgent. The skin effulgence will be bright. And he gives the example of Indranila Mani. Now, Vamshidhar Goswami writes, I want to add two things to this. He says, the word Varna can also means category. Like, kis Varna ke ho? What is your Varna? Are you Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra? Varna also means category. So Vamshidhar Goswami says, the word Krishna Varna can also means this incarnation is going to be in the category of Krishna. And how many are there in the category of Krishna? Only Krishna. Which means it's going to be Krishna who's going to come. Vamshidhar Goswami is saying, why am I commenting like this? Because just saying he's going to be dark complexioned with a self-effulgent skin can sometimes be confusing, because Krishna's son Pradyumna is also dark complexioned with a self-effulgent skin. So somebody may say Krishna's son Pradyumna is going to come in Kali. So Vamshidhar Goswami says no, it's not him. So that there is no confusion among the readers of Srimad Bhagavatam, the word Varna also means category. So Krishna's category, how many in Krishna's category? Only one, only Krishna. So Krishna's category, which is Krishna, is going to come in a dark complexion with a self-effulgent Indra-Neelamani-like effulgence. And one more thing he writes. Everyone ready to hear?
Yes.
He comments, thank you, Mataji. So enthusiastic. This enthusiasm is contagious. Mataji sitting here is having more enthusiasm than everyone put together in the room. Thank you. So Vamshidhar Goswami writes, there could be confusion on which Krishna is going to come. Is it the Krishna from Dwarka? Or is it the Krishna from Mathura? Or is it the Krishna from Vrindavan? Then the question could be, in Vrindavan, is it the Krishna who plays with his friends? Or is it the Krishna who sleeps on the lap of Mother Yashoda? Or is it the Krishna who dances with Srimati Radhika? This question could be there. Which Krishna is coming? So therefore he interprets Tvisha plus Krishna. The word Krishna there means all attractive. Is everyone understanding? Sridhar Swami split Tvisha Krishnam as Tvisha plus Akrishnam, which means this, although he's dark complexion, the skin effulgence will be bright. But Vamshidhar Goswami says, the category of Krishna, which is Krishna, is going to come in a dark complexion with a fair effulgent skin. But which Krishna is going to come? Tvisha plus Krishnam. So Sridhar Swami took it as Akrishnam, he splits it as Krishnam. And Krishna means all attractive. So he says Dwarka Krishna is attractive. Mathura Krishna is more attractive. Vrindavan Krishna is most attractive. So it's definitely Vrindavan Krishna who's coming. But then he says, in Vrindavan Krishna also, when Krishna is there with his servants, it's one-way traffic. Because the servants are serving in Krishna's blessing. But when Krishna is playing with his friends, oh, it's two-way traffic. Why? Because Krishna is climbing on their shoulder and they're climbing on Krishna's shoulder. It's both ways. So Krishna is more attractive. Then when Krishna is with Mother Yashoda, is it two-way traffic? No, it's one-way traffic again. Not from Krishna's side, but from Mother Yashoda's side. Mother Yashoda is controlling Krishna. Lalana Palan and Tadana Bhartsan. She's taking care of Krishna, loving Krishna, but at the same time chastising Krishna. So Krishna becomes very cute in front of Mother Yashoda. The Krishna who blesses Sudama to have a golden palace is great. But the Krishna who's sleeping on the lap of Mother Yashoda and crying to hear a bedtime story is more sweeter. Everyone agrees to this?
Yes.
But then it is described. Radha sange jada bhati tada madana mohana anyatha vishva mohopi swayam madana mohita. That when Krishna stands with Srimati Radharani, oh, on the power of her effulgence, he can conquer the whole world. But when she's not there next to him, he can conquer the whole world, but her separation is conquering him. He is conquered by her. So Vamshidhar Goswami says, it is that Krishna who dances with Sri Radha who is the most attractive. Understanding?
Yes.
We are slowly digging deeper and deeper and deeper, dear devotees. But please stay with us. Verses of Srimad Bhagavatam are like ocean. Tomai chakaiti tarkahi eka bindu. How much can a sparrow like me fly on the sky of Srimad Bhagavatam? How much can the tongue of mine, which is like a fish, swim in the ocean of Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is like Mount Meru. How much can we lift? So Vamshidhar Goswami has said 2 points. What are the 2 points?
Category of
One, who is appearing?
Krishna himself.
Vrindavan Krishna.
That's true.
Krishna Varnam. The one who's in the category of Krishna is coming. And how many in the category of Krishna? Only Krishna. And then he splits Tvisha plus Krishnam. Krishna means all attractive. So his skin color is going to be most attractive. When is Krishna most attractive? When he stands next to Radharani. Because he is bluish black, but the golden rays of her love are completely covering him. So therefore Vamshidhar Goswami, Sridhar Swami, Veera Raghavacharya put together, dear devotees, oh Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, oh Vaishnav Jana, please tell me what have you learned till now in the first 2 lines. Please start interpreting whatever we have learned. So 1,
Krishna is coming.
Krishna is coming. In the category of Krishna, only Krishna. So Krishna is coming.
He has dark complexion.
He has a dark complexion,
The Krishna with Radharani is coming.
Krishna is
but the skin effulgence
Bright.
is going to be bright, like a Indra Neelamani, blue, black sapphire touchstone. But is it Pradyumna? So this is Tvisha Krishna. It is that Krishna who is most attractive in Vrindavan. Okay. Then Sangopangastra Parshadam.
Ornaments. He come with ornaments.
He's going to come with ornaments like the Kaustubha Mani and Sir Anga.
Heart.
He's going to come with a heart. Every incarnation comes with a heart, then why say?
Heart full of relationship.
Two meanings. One, he's going to come to fulfill what's happening in his heart.
His desire.
Yes? His desires. Now you can ask what is happening in his heart. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam tvaham mad anyatera jananti naham tebhyo managapi aham bhakta paradhino yaswatantra ivo dvijaha sadhubhir grasta hridayam bhaktair bhakta janapriya. Canto 9 chapter 4 63, Canto 9 chapter 4 68 Bhagavatam. Krishna is saying, what is happening in my heart? My devotees are in my heart. Now you will say, which devotees are in your heart? Chalo, let's chant. Trailokyam prithvi dhanya Tatra vrindavanapuri Tatra tu gopika partha Tatra radha bhidhamama. In the Brahma Vaivarta Puran, Krishna is telling, and in Adi Puran also, Krishna is telling, Trailokyam prithvi dhanya. Actually the whole creation is in my heart. But in that very specifically, Tatra Vrindavanapuri. Vrindavan is in my heart. Pancha yojana vistirnam dhamacha hridayam mama. That this Vrindavan is my heart. And anyone who enters Vrindavan, they have entered my heart, Krishna says. So what is there happening in Krishna's heart? Vrindavan. But who in Vrindavan? Tatra tu gopikam partha. Oh, the gopis are the highest example of devotion. But then we could say, well, so many gopis in one heart? No, Tatra Radha Abhidhamama. Radharani is in my heart. So Sa Anga means he is going to come to fulfill something that is happening in his heart. But at the same time, heart represents compassion, giving out. So Sa Anga, Upa Anga, which means, what's your name? Arush. Arush says Upa Anga means ornaments like the Kaustubha Mani. And Astra, weapons like the Sudarshan Chakra. And Parshadam, he's coming with his associates. So this is what we have understood till now. The Acharyas are trying their best on the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Are you all satisfied?
No.
Do you want to go deeper?
Yes.
Let's come to the pages of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Jiva Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, the Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas. Ready? Yes. Gaudiya Vaishnava Rupanuga Gaudiya Parampara ki Jai. Shashi Nandan Gaura Hari ki Jai. Okay. Our Srila Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti and others, they said actually the word Varna has 4 meanings. The word Varna has 4 meanings. Meaning number 1, they say Varna means category, right? That we've already discussed before. So Varna means category, which means the incarnation is going to be Krishna Varna. What does that mean? He's going to be in the category of Krishna, which means it's going to be Krishna. That's one. Then the Acharyas say the word Varna also means complexion. Like we've also discussed this before. Varna means complexion. So it's going to be Krishna in his dark complexion who's going to come. But however, the word Varna also means Varnayati, to describe. Varnan karna. In Sanskrit, Varnayati means to Varnan karna, to describe. So Krishna Varnam means he who will be describing Krishna. Haribo! Our Acharya say Krishna Varnam means Krishnam Varnayati iti Krishna Varna. He will be describing Krishna. And this has 2 meanings. One, he will keep speaking Krishna Katha. Dine nama kirtanara Ishwara darshan Ratri raya Ramananda sane Lila aswadan. So in the daytime, Shachinandan Gaura Hari Mahaprabhu will do Kirtan, Leela Kirtan, Naam Kirtan, and Ishwara Darshan, and having darshan of Jagannath. And Ratri, Swarup Rayasane Kore Leela Aswadan. He discussed Hari Katha. So Hari Kirtan in the morning and Hari Katha at night. So Krishnam Varnayati iti. So Krishna Varna means he will be doing Hari Katha, Roop Shiksha, Sanatan Shiksha, etc. But also Krishna Varna means he who will be uttering Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hey, Krishna, 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 Krishna. How many meanings did we see till now? The first is category. Second, complexion. Third, he describes Hari Katha, Krishna, or he's uttering Krishna, 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 Krishna. So he's chanting or describing. Fourth meaning. The word Varna is being played on. So Varna also means, so in Sanskrit you have Varnamala. What does Varna mean there?
Alphabets.
Alphabets. Which means his name will have the alphabets Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. He says Varna means Varnamala, alphabets. And our Acharyas say his name will have the alphabets Krishna. So till now, what have we been able to decipher? Chalo, everyone, put all the pieces together.
In the category of Krishna,
Somebody in the category of Krishna, which is Krishna, is going to come in a dark complexion, describing Krishna, chanting Krishna, and his name will have the name Krishna. Okay, that's just Krishna Varna till now. And then Tvisha Krishna.
May or may not be.
He may or may not be dark. So what does that mean? Effulgence, like Ujjwala Neelamani or Indra Neelamani. What has Vamshidhar Goswami said in this regard? It's going to be that person, Krishna in Vrindavan, who's most attractive, who's going to come, who's very effulgent. So Krishna and Krishna both are taken care, right? Now our Gaudiya Acharyas come to Tvisha Krishna. And they say, how are we saying that Krishna means golden? We said that in the beginning, right? Not black, which means golden. So Srila Jiva Goswami says, let's go through it. Can we pull up a verse? There was one of the tabs there. It's 10:8. It was there on the tab before. Yeah, the next one, just immediate next one. Yes. Let's chant the last two lines of this verse. Shuklo raktastatha pita Idanim Krishna Tangatah. So these are words of Gargacharya. When Krishna was born, Nanda and Yashoda asked, what name should we give him? And Gargacharya said, actually this child appears millennium after millennium. And Shukla, sometimes he is white complexioned, like Vamandev. Rakta, sometimes he is red complexioned, like Rakta Varaha. Or it's also described Sri Ramachandra in one incarnation was red. Not the millennium that we know, but in parallel Kalpabhed. So Shukla, sometimes the Lord appears as white, as Vaman, or sometimes red, like Rakta Varaha or Sri Ram. Pita, and sometimes he comes in a yellow/golden complexion. But Idanim, right now, Krishnatam Gataha, he is bluish black. And therefore Gargacharya says, because he has come in a dark complexion so attractive, his name should be Krishna. Understand? So the name that we chant every day was named by Gargacharya on the power of this verse. So why did I pull this up? Because Srila Jiva Goswami Pad says, you have 4 yugas and you have 4 colors. Gargacharya says, Shukla, the Lord appeared in white complexion in Satya. Rakta, he appeared in a reddish complexion in Treta. And Idanim, now, which is Dwapar Yuga, he has appeared in a dark complexion. So there's 1 yuga left and 1 color left. Is everyone able to understand?
Yes.
Yes? No?
Yes.
What is that 1 yuga that's left? And what is that 1 color left? Pita, golden complexion. Srila Jiva Goswami quotes this and he says, therefore not Krishna, not black, means golden. So what have we deciphered till now? Let's go through again. What are some things that we have deciphered till now?
In the category of Krishna,
Everyone, please.
In the category of Krishna,
There's going to be Krishna, who's in the category of Krishna, who's going to come in a dark complexion, like a Indra Nilamani. And? No, let's go with Krishna Varna first, before we go to Tvisha Krishna. There's going to be Krishna coming down in a dark complexion. What else? His name will have Krishna. He will be uttering Krishna. He will be describing Krishna. Yes?
yes,
And what else? Tvisha Krishna.
most attractive.
He will be most attractive. And his complexion will not be dark. Although he's dark, his effulgence will be golden. Shuklo Rakta Tathapita Idanim Krishna Tangata. Everyone understanding till now? Next line. Sango Pangastra Parshadam. He will come sa anga. He will come with his heart. What is happening in Krishna's heart? Krishna is controlled by affection of the devotees. He wants to be a devotee. He wants to fulfill his desire. Krishna has only 3 desires. He wants to know how it feels to be a devotee. He wants to know what qualities of Krishna a devotee gets attracted to. And when Krishna reciprocates, how happy does a devotee feel? These are the only 3 things that is happening in his heart. So Krishna in Vrindavan, who's all attractive in a dark complexion, is going to come in a golden effulgent form to fulfill what's happening in his heart, to fulfill these desires of being a devotee. And in this mood, he will come in this world and chant Krishna Naam and describe Hari Katha, and his name will have Krishna. What do you feel in your heart? What do you all feel in your heart? Sad? Hungry? Sleepy? Happy?
Yes.
Yes, that should be the emotion. If you're a true follower of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the form of Mahaprabhu is being painted on the canvas of your heart by the paintbrush of the words by the artist called the Gaudiya Acharyas, seeing that form rise in your heart, you should feel happy. Sa Anga, our Acharyas describe. What is the Astra that Mahaprabhu brings? He says the Astra is Harinam. And Astra is Srimad Bhagavatam. So by chanting Harinam Sankirtan and studying Srimad Bhagavatam, that's the Astra which destroys all the ill effects of Kali Yuga in the heart. So who is the Anga, Upa-Anga and Parshad? Our Acharyas describe Anga means Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya. They are the heart. Upa-Anga means the other extended family, like Haridas Thakur. Shivananda Sen, Murari Gupta, Mukunda, Narahari Sarkar, so many. They are all the Upanga. They are connected to the body. And Parshad, those who are very close to Mahaprabhu, the 6 Goswamis. Those who came to give Madhurya Prem in this world. Swarup Damodar, Ramananda Rai, Gadadhar Pandit and 6 Goswamis. They are all dipped in the mood of Radha and Krishna Prem. They are the ones, Parshads, who are sitting next to Mahaprabhu. As soon as there is Hari Katha, the curtain of Maya is opened. Maya Jhavanika Channam na lakshase mudadrisha nato natya dharo yatha. Krishna is hiding behind the curtain of Yoga Maya. But as soon as you speak about Mahaprabhu and you put all the associates together, Mahaprabhu says the curtain of Yoga Maya is released and now you can see me. And the rod is also broken. That represents the sannyas rod of Mahaprabhu broken by Nityananda Ram. And at the same time, the devotees are saved. Which means the fall down never affects a devotee. A fall down doesn't affect a devotee. Every single thing in life is only speaking volumes of Hari Katha. How beautiful. Either we can complain and blame. Who did this? Why they can't take care of this? Or you can just die in ecstasy seeing Krishna's hand. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki. Our acharyas write more things. They say, wait a minute. Sridhar Swami said the incarnation is going to come with a Kaustubha money. How can he be wrong? He cannot be wrong. Oh, there's a back history to how Kaustubha money is connected to Gaura Leela. One time in Vrindavan, Krishna was running away from Chandravali, who was the arch rival of Radharani. And Radha and Krishna were rescued in the beautiful caves of Govardhan by Lalita and Vishakha, so that Chandravali cannot spot them. But it was pitch dark inside and Krishna couldn't see anything. Krishna's Kaustubha money, which is on Krishna's chest, is Krishna's best friend. So as soon as Krishna has this desire that I need some light, the Kaustubha money started becoming more and more effulgent. And as the light from Krishna's Kaustubha money on the chest illuminated the whole cave, Krishna saw on the walls of the cave all the devotees, Lalita, Vishakha, Indulekha, Rangadevi, Sudevi, Chitra, Champaklata, and Tungavidya, all the Ashtasakis had made beautiful paintings. And the paintings that they had made were of Radha Krishna Leela. And on the power of the Kaustubha money, Krishna could appreciate the paintings that were made in beautiful, wonderful artwork on the walls of Govardhan, done by the devotees. And the light of the Kaustubha money was so effulgent that the whole cave had become golden. And Radharani was looking at Krishna, and Krishna was completely golden on the power of the Kaustubha money. And Krishna looked at the walls. Rupa Goswami describes this in Lalit Madhav. The walls of the cave have such beautiful paintings that Krishna feels, I wish someday even I can become a devotee and I can also paint. And this is why you can see in Gauravatar, when Mahaprabhu comes, he takes his finger and he digs it into the sand on the shore of Jagannath Puri and he writes Krishna with his fingers, the alphabets of Krishna Nam with his own fingers. So there he fulfills the desire that Krishna had to paint the walls with his own fingers. But at the same time, the golden effulgence that came was because of the Kaustubha money. So when Sridhar Swami writes, he will come with the Kaustubha money, he's not wrong. He's coming on the power of the Kaustubha money to write his own pastimes of devotion in a golden complexion. But it also says he will come with his associates like Jai and Vijay. Our acharyas explained Jai and Vijay came in this world as Jagai and Madhai. They came first as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Then they came as Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Then they came as Shishupal and Dantavakra, and they went back to Vaikuntha. Then they got to know Gauravatar is happening. They said, these 3 incarnations we were sent down. But now we want to go down. And they became Jagai and Madhai. And when they became Jagai and Madai, Dina Hina Chatta Jilo Hari Name Uddharilo Tara Sakhi Jagai Madai. He, that Lord who came with a heart full of compassion, with a Kaustubha mani of effulgence, invoked the Sudarshan Chakra in the passion of Jagai and Madai. How many times did Mahaprabhu invoke a Sudarshan Chakra in his Leela? Only once. You know why? Because Sridhar Swami has written it. Because the words of the Acharyas cannot go wrong. Mahaprabhu invoked his Sudarshan Chakra. Nitai said, please don't. Mahaprabhu said, I'm not killing them. Sridhar Swami has written, so just once I'm going to display and then put it back. Just once. So then the question could be, everything is taken care. Sa-anga means with the heart, with the compassion, with the mood of Radha. But it also means Nitaya and Advaita. And Upanga means ornaments like Kaustubha mani. It can also mean associates like Haridas Thakur and others. But our acharyas say Upanga means ornaments. But what ornaments did Mahaprabhu come with? Please everyone repeat after me. Kanchana Sadrisha Deha, Arunavasan, Pulak, Ashru, Kampa, Sweda, Tahate Bhushan. Our Kaviraj Goswami answers by saying the golden complexion Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wore the reddish saffron cloth of sannyas. But what ornaments did he wear? Pulak, Ashru, Kampa, Sweda, Tahate Bhushan. Hair standing on end, voice choking, body trembling, horripilation, tears streaming from his eyes and fainting in ecstasy. These were the ornaments that God had never worn before. God had always worn Sundara Kundala Nayana Vishala, Gale Sohe Vaijanti Mala. All these ornaments. Very beautiful. Lasat Kundalam Gokule Bhrajamanam. Kasturi tilakam lalata patale bakshasthale kaustubham nasagre varamauktikam karatale venu karai kankanam sarvangi harichandanam sulalitam kanthecha muktavali gopastri pariveshtito vijayate gopala chudamani. That Krishna wears a very beautiful pearl necklace. He has very beautiful dancing shark-shaped earrings, pearl dropping on the nose, ankle bells, waist bells. These are all ornaments the Lord was wearing. But he wanted to wear the ornaments that Sri Radha was wearing. What were the ornaments that Sri Radha was wearing? Crying for Krishna. Body trembling in ecstasy, hair standing on end, voice choking, discoloration. Radharani's body would sometimes become dark, remembering Krishna. So Krishna was thinking, when will my body become golden? Thinking of Radha. Because I said in the Bhagavad Gita, very pompously, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. As you approach me, so I will reciprocate. Radharani said, you cannot. Kaviraj Goswami Pad says, please everyone chant. Pratigya bhanga hoila gopiro bhajane. By the bhajan of Srimati Radharani, Krishna's promise in the Gita that I will reciprocate with the same quantity and quality, this promise was broken. Radharani said, if you want to reciprocate, my golden form becomes bluish black. So when is your bluish black going to become golden? Krishna said in Kali. So having the ornaments, what is the upanga, the ornaments that Krishna came with? Tears, voice choking with emotions, hair standing on end, horripilation and trembling, dancing. Hase nache kande gaye bole hari hari. Sometimes he's jumping, sometimes he's rolling on the floor, sometimes he's laughing, sometimes he's smiling, sometimes he's making others cry. These ornaments God had never worn before. How beautiful. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad says, Antaha Krishna Bahir Gaura. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishna means in one line. Antaha Krishna. Antaha Krishna. Now repeat after me. Antaha Krishna. Bahir Gaura. Which means inside he is black. That is Krishna. And outside he is golden. But however, what is his heart? Golden. Why? Because this is Radharani. But what is Radharani's heart? Black. But in that black heart, golden. But inside the golden, there's black. And inside that black, and this black Krishna outside, thinking of Thinking of Krishna. The golden thinking of Krishna. As a result, the body sometimes becomes black. Oh, there's black inside the golden, golden inside the black, and then there's a golden, there's a black, there's a golden. This is called unending prime sandwich. There's an eternal sandwich made of the dark complexion of Krishna and the fair complexion of Sri Radha. This is Gaura Avatar. So therefore, Krishna Varnam, Tvisha, Krishnam or Akrishnam, both. So our acharyas say, yes, we handle with Tvisha Akrishnam, that is, he's golden. But what about Tvisha Krishnam? Where we said that he's dark and his effulgence is also dark. Tvisha Krishnam, which means he's attractive. How do we see that? Oh, that means there are two instances in Gaura Leela where the golden complexion of Mahaprabhu became black. Who can tell me? The pastime of Jagai and Madhai. Jagai and Madhai, when they were being forgiven, they said, how can we be forgiven? Mahaprabhu said, just place a tulsi leaf on my palm and I will take all your sins. So as soon as they placed the tulsi leaf on the palm of Shashinandan Gaurahari, his whole body became black. Why? He absorbed all the sins. Yes? Do the sins affect the complexion of the Lord? Then why did he become black? Oh, it's because Advaita Acharya was standing. And Advaita Acharya's Ishtadev is Madan Gopal, who is black. And he's the one who invoked Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu is asking for tulsi leaf. And Jagai and Madhai are placing it. Mahaprabhu became dark. And he asked Advaita, what do you see? Advaita said, I see my Ishtadev Madan Gopal. Mahaprabhu said, I am becoming dark only for you. So that you know the Lord whom you invoked is the Lord whom you worship. And then as soon as Advaita Acharya understood, he became golden again. So this is the first instance. So Krishna Varnam, he's black with a golden hue, but at the same time that golden also becomes Tvisha Krishna. Also becomes black sometimes. And the other instance, is everyone listening?
Yes.
The other instance is Mahaprabhu was speaking to Ramananda Rai. Whom was he speaking to?
Ramananda Rai.
And while speaking to Ramananda Rai, Mahaprabhu was sitting. And he was sitting with a danda. And as Ramananda Rai was speaking, sometimes Mahaprabhu would become. And another times, having a danda. Then another time. So Ramananda Rai said, Pahila dekhila tumar Sannyasi Swaroop Ebe tumar dekhi moi Shama Goparoop. How is it that sometimes I see you as a sannyasi and sometimes I see you as a bluish black, rain-filled complexion, monsoon cloud-like, fresh, thick, rasa-filled Shyamsundar playing on the flute? How? So Mahaprabhu tried to hide. And he said, oh, you're a pure devotee. Pure devotees see Krishna everywhere, like Prahlad. Prahlad could see Krishna even in a pillar, in the rocks. Do we ever worship pillars? Is there anyone in their home they're worshipping a pillar? Nobody worships pillars. We don't even have faith in Krishna's presence in the deity. That's our situation. And Prahlad could see Krishna even in a pillar which is not worshipable. So Mahaprabhu said, you're a pure devotee. Therefore you can see Krishna everywhere. It's not me, it's you. Ramananda Rai said, don't trick me. Please show me who you are. And Mahaprabhu stood with a threefold bending form with a flute touching his lips. Ramananda Rai said, this is not complete darshan. This is not complete darshan. As a sannyasi, you're golden, but this incarnation is dark with a threefold bending. I want to know how this threefold became golden. So from the heart of Krishna, to the left of Krishna came a golden doll. A beautiful, wonderful, golden effulgence filled golden doll dipped in the ocean of rasa. When the churning of the milk ocean took place, Lakshmi came. But when the churning of the nectar ocean took place, Sri Radha came. That's the nectar ocean of Vrishabhanu Maharaj's heart. So Radharani was a golden doll with golden effulgence next to Krishna. And as Ramananda Rai was drinking this form of Shama Sundar, and next to Shama Sundar is Radharani. And Radharani's effulgence, golden rays were permeating and completely pervading and covering and embracing this bluish black complexion of Krishna. So Krishna was standing there with a peacock feather. By the power of the effulgence of the golden doll Sri Radha, his whole body had become golden. And this is the darshan that Ramananda Rai saw. And he fainted. That he understood that the person whom I call Gora, I call as he's actually, Go means Govinda and Ra means Radhika. Govinda and Radhika in one anga is Gauranga. Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And we say Mahaprabhu because Prabhu means Govindam Adi Purusham, that Prabhu, that Lord Krishna. And Maha means Mahabhava Swarupa Tvam Krishna Prema Variyasi. Radharani who's filled with Mahabhav. So Maha comes from Mahabhav Swarupini Radha. And Prabhu means Govindam Adi Purusham, Krishna. And when Radha and Krishna come together in Kali Yuga, in one form, they are called Mahaprabhu. So in these two incarnations, in these two instances, we see with Jagai and Madhai and with Ramananda Rai, what do we see? Krishna who's dark, who had become golden, had become dark again. So Krishna Varnam, Tvisha Krishna, Sangopangastra Parashadam. What have we amassed till now? Chalo, let's do a quick recap. No, please don't laugh. You're leaving me stranded in the desert of Arizona. I'm sorry, in the desert of our discussion. Chalo. No, you're repeating the words. No, don't do that.
In the category of Krishna, which is
Somebody in the category of Krishna, which is Krishna, is going to come in a dark complexion.
His name is
to describe
His name will have the name Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He will describe Krishna through Hari Katha. He will also utter the name of Krishna Krishna in Kirtan. His name will have the alphabet Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Yeah.
golden to black.
So then he will come in a complexion which is fair, which is not dark. And how do we know that? Because Gargacharya said he's going to be golden. So not dark means he's going to come in a golden complexion. But Krishna also means he can be dark as well. So that golden also becomes dark in multiple instances in Gaura Leela. And Vamshidhar Goswami says it is not Pradyumna but it is Krishna in his most attractive feature in Vrindavan. Okay? And Sangha, he comes with a very merciful nature to distribute Krishna Prem in this world. And who is there in his heart? Srimati Radharani. To fulfill the desire of being Radha with the emotions of Radha, Krishna is going to come with the complexion of Radha. Sa Anga. And Upanga, he is going to carry ornaments of devotional ecstasy, like tears and weeping and crying and dancing. And Astra, what are his weapons? Harinam and Srimad Bhagavatam. But however, Sridhar Swami said Sudarshan Chakra, therefore he also invoked it once. And Kaustubha Mani connection was also clear. And another understanding is, Sa Anga means Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya. Upa Anga means Haridas Thakur. And Parshadam, 6 Goswamis, Gadadhar Pandit and Swarup Damodar Ramananda Rai. Those were all in Madhuri Rati, conjugal mood. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appears and you can worship him in many ways. Like, you can worship him as the deity. You can go and live in his dham. You can read about him. There are many ways. But, Yajnaihi, Sankirtana Prayahi, the most prominent way to worship him, Praya, is Sankirtan. So if you chant the holy names of Krishna, Mahaprabhu will be very kind. Like for example, if you are very kind to the child, what happens to the father?
becomes happy.
He becomes happy. So Vrindavan Das Thakur says, Sankirtanaika Pitaro. Mahaprabhu is the father of Sankirtan. Mahaprabhu is the? So who is the son? Sankirtan. Who is the father? Mahaprabhu. So if you're kind to Sankirtan by performing it, then who will be kind to you? The father. That is Mahaprabhu. So Yajnai Sankirtana prior. If you perform Harinam Sankirtan, Yajanti Hi Sumedasaha. Then in Kali Yuga, you are not intelligent. Sumedasaha, you are super intelligent. This was the conclusion in one verse. Now what do you think?
Happy.
Happy and satisfied, everyone? Yes. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki. But this is only the beginning. We have more surprises coming up. But for that, we have to go and take some rest. Because any more surprises, we will die. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is so beautiful and sweet. So we want to go and take some rest and come fresh tomorrow for tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening Katha. We will have more and more boxes of Gaura Avatar and Gaura Rahasya, the secrets of Gaura Leela. I hope I don't reveal more secrets than that. I want to say something, but we will say that tomorrow morning. Till then, we bow down to the lotus feet of all our acharyas, wonderful Gaudiya Vaishnava acharyas and other acharyas who have written Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence in this verse. How beautiful is this one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, which encompasses Gaura Avatar completely, with him, his inner mood, his complexion, his identity, with his associates, with his ornaments, with his weapons, and the way to worship him. Only an eloquent sadhu like Karabhajana Muni can speak something like this. And we bow down to Srila Prabhupada for translating and giving all of this nectar to all of us. Otherwise, this nectar is there in Sanskrit and then we are all lost. So Prabhupada and beloved associates like Pradyumna Prabhu, who did word by word translation and gave us the translation and the purport, we bow down to Srila Prabhupada and all his associates, Sangha, Upanga, Astra and Parshadam. Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So once again, we can loudly chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and thank you, Prabhuji, for such an amazing class. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We always get to hear that Jiva Goswami has written lakhs and lakhs of verses. Saraswati Thakur used to speak months and months on one verse taken from Bhagavatam. Now we get the glimpse of how wonderful those classes would be and how aesthetic they would be while speaking. So now we are starting today and we have 18,000 verses. So, so Prabhuji has started, so he has to continue. He has taken that responsibility of explaining each verse. I'm still sure that he has summarized everything into one class. He could have gone for weeks and weeks for one verse. But thank you so much, Prabhu. Such a wonderful, and I can feel that if you understand Sanskrit, if you understand meaning behind words, you can just go mad on each verse and how wonderful, how blissful you would be. I mean, I don't understand personally, so but I can see that on your face that how someone can dance in ecstasy just understanding those words. Thank you very much, Anil Prabhu, Anita Mataji, for hosting such a wonderful class. Yeah, and I think Premadatta Mataji, I cannot see, but Premadatta Mataji is here. Okay. And Prabhuji is here? Okay. But thank you everyone for coming, and we have one more. Yes, Mataji, please come. Yes, please. We want to welcome you, and we have a cake for Prabhuji. Welcome back cake. And
just birthday went by.
Oh yes.
We celebrated
Just 2 days back on 15th, Prabhuji had birthday, yes. And we also had birthday of our Shri Govind Prabhu. Yes. So again, we can take this opportunity and loudly chant Hare Krishna mantra and wish them a very wonderful Krishna conscious birthday. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now we can welcome back Prabhuji. Okay. Oh yes, very important announcement before I forget. So tomorrow a morning class, instead of 10 a.m., it will be on 11 a.m. All right. Prabhuji has some commitment, so I mean, you can go there 10 a.m. and then help the host in prasadam and cleaning arrangement. The class will be starting at 11 a.m. Okay. Huh?
Mataji, आइए, please.
माताजी आइए ना, हम सब
Please,
हमको
please,
अच्छा
Mataji,
लगेगा।
please.
You all will feel happy.
वो लैपटॉप को बंद करने से यहाँ पे रख देना ठीक
Adi, can you remove the laptop from yeah.
Sridhar Prabhu also come. Welcome plus birthday. Please.